Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel called as Unique Bio Classes. NCA based on NCERT syllabus for PUC first and second year. If you like my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get notification as soon as videos are downloaded. Okay, we shall start with the video with the chapter 1. As in my previous video, I have discussed about distribution of marks for each chapter and a unit. So in this I am going to start with the first chapter, that is reproduction in organisms. Reproduction in organisms, in that we have about lifespan. Lifespan is what? The period from birth to natural death of an organism is called as lifespan. The period from birth to natural death, that is from birth to natural death of an organism, what duration, what span we have, for that we call it as lifespan. Now this lifespan, it is not dependent on size of the organism. As you might be thinking that if a size of an organism is a huge, then its lifespan might be more like an elephant. If a size of an organism is a small, then its lifespan might be less. No, it does not depend on the size of the organism. Okay, so you can find lifespan, the period from birth to natural death of an organism is called as lifespan. One more question it can be asked, define lifespan. Now here we have related to lifespan, whatever may be the lifespan, is it? Whatever may be the lifespan of an organism, death of every individual organism is certainty, is it? Every organism will die. As soon as there is a birth, then you can find after some time that organism should die. So death is certainty. That is, no individual is immortal, which means no organism is immortal. Now the question is, what do you mean by mortal? Okay, we are using mortality for death rate or death. Okay, mortality for death, whereas natality, this term is used for birth. Okay, so mortality means death rate, natality means birth rate. Now mortality, what will be its opposite? Immortality. Is it? Immortality will be the opposite of mortality. Immortality means there is a death. Mortality, opposite of death is living, which means continuously living, no death. So no individual is immortal, no individual is living for continuously without having death, except single-celled organisms. Only single-celled organisms, they are immortal. No other organism is immortal, because every organism will take a birth and then there will be a death. Now question will be arised, why single-celled organisms are immortal? Why? What do you give the answer? What might be the reason behind this? Why we are saying that every organism will take a birth and there is a death, but here we are saying that single-celled organism, there is a birth and there is no death in single-celled organisms. Which single-celled organisms do have like this? Example like amoeba. You can imagine about amoeba. This is the most common example which you might have used in your previous classes. Okay, in single-celled organisms, what happened? Amoeba, you are going to draw something like this. As you know, amoeba does not have a particular shape. So this is an amoeba. How does it will reproduce? It will reproduce by a simple cell division. Hope you remember first year cell division. Okay, in that you have discussed about mitosis and meiosis. Okay, so this simple cell division is mitosis, complicated is meiosis. So this single celled organism, amoeba, is dividing by cell division, which means one cell will divide into two daughter cells, which means it will divide something like this. Okay, one cell is going to divide into two daughter cells. For now, how it is immortal? Because there is no death for this parental cell. Now this is a parent and these are the daughter cells. there is no death for these parental cell. Okay, so that's why, because the same parental cell will form a daughter cell, that's why we are saying that there is no death for these organisms. Okay, parental cell itself will lead to the formation of daughter cells. It is continued, it is not dying. So that's why we call it as immortal. Single celled organisms are immortal because single celled organisms like amoeba and bacteria reproduce by cell division. Okay, you can find, because single celled organisms like amoeba and bacteria reproduce by cell division and there is no natural death for them, hence they are considered as immortal. Hope you got this. The question for this was, why single celled organisms are immortal? Because single celled organisms like amoeba and bacteria, they reproduce by cell division. Which is cell division? Mitosis. They are reproducing by cell division and there is no natural death for them, hence they are considered as immortal. Now in these videos, as you can find, I am giving the complete explanation of it with the notes. I suggest the students that to pause the video and please copy the notes what has been provided, so it will act as a notes for you for further reference for you all. Okay, so in this, two questions can be raised. First one was, what is lifespan? Second one is, why single celled organisms are immortal? Answer is here. Then next we shall discuss about approximate lifespans of some organisms. In this you can find, I have given two columns. First one is name of organism, another one is lifespan. Okay, name of organism and next one is lifespan. So in this you can find elephant. Okay, elephant its lifespan is 60 years. As I said, elephant size is huge, right? Hope you remember, elephant size is huge, its lifespan is 60 years. Whereas you can find rose plant, its lifespan is of 35 years. Okay, hope you can make out this. Anyhow, elephant, its lifespan is 60 years. It doesn't mean that as soon as 60 years is achieved by an organism, especially an elephant, then it will die. No, it's not like that. The lifespans which have been mentioned here, these are on an average. The average lifespan of these elephant species. Okay, so some might die after 70 years, some might die at 50 years, some might die as soon as after birth. So it depends on different organisms, but elephant we are talking about, it's a particular species. The average lifespan of these species that has been discussed here. Okay, then rose 35 years. Actually rose can have different lifespans, which means rose plant can have even 100 years. How it is so? You might have seen at your home rose plant, if you might have planted, within few days it might get burnt or it might get die. How it is possible? How I am giving it as 35 years? How is it possible to give that? Because rose plants will show a type of reproduction called as vegetative reproduction. In that you have stem cuttings. Rose plant, you are not getting seeds of it. What we are doing? We are taking the stem cuttings of those. This is the parental plant. If you consider this as a parental plant, if you wanted to have a new plant, what you will do? You will take a stem cuttings of it, and that stem cutting you will plant it and you'll sow inside the soil, and then after some time it will grow into a new plant. Now this plant which we have cut it will again grow and again form a new plant with the started to flower, which means stem cuttings. This one is continued its generation, as we can find single organisms will do that. Anyhow, elephant 60 years, rose plant 35 years, dog 12 to 22 years, butterfly 1 to 2 weeks, crow is having 15 years. Okay, then you have banana tree 2 to 3 years, cow 22 years, parrot 140 years. Now you can imagine cow, what is the size of a cow and what is the size of a parrot? Is it? As I said, size does not matter for a lifespan. Cow is having 22 years whereas parrot is having 140 years. Elephant is having 60 years whereas parrot is having 140 years. So size does not matter for a lifespan. Crocodile 60 years, horse 40 years, fruit fly 9 to 30 days. Okay, fruit fly 9 to 30 days, rice plant 3 to 7 months, wheat plant 5 months. Then you can find tortoise 100 to 150 years. Can you imagine? Tortoise is a small sized organism, but it's having 100 to 150 years. Small sized, I mean not a single cell, small sized. Compared to elephant, it's a size, you can imagine. 100 to 150 years. Banyan tree 300 to 500 years. Monkey 26 years. Cat 35 to 40 years. Man 65 years. Okay, now I have given man 35 65 years, then it doesn't mean that you might have seen the people or your great grandfather who are living for 100 years, who might be of 70 years, who might be of 40 years, or someone at your home you might have seen. But here it is on an average approximate value of a human being. Okay, so 65 years is the average lifespan of the human being. Okay, these are the different lifespans. In this approximate lifespans of some organisms, it has not been asked the question to mention what is the lifespan of butterfly, what is the lifespan of monkey. We didn't got this kind of questions, but in entrance exam we have got many questions regarding this. But for theory, if you know the lifespans of this, it is better to score more. Other than this, what I have discussed, first one was what is lifespan. As I said, 1 mark question would define lifespan, and why single celled organisms are called as immortal. Okay, that one question, these two questions have been asked from this part. Okay, in my next video I'm going to continue with this topic with starting with the reproduction, as we have given the name of the chapter as reproduction in organisms. So we shall know what is reproduction in my next video. If you like this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the updates of these videos. And if you have any doubt, any queries, please comment me in the comment box. Any suggestions, I'm almost welcome. So please comment it in the comment box so that I can improve in my videos. Thank you. Thank you so much.